folks, welcome to my channel Watch Me. I'm starting with an often overlooked watch in the dive watch world, Longines Hydroconquest 41mm. This is the ceramic bezel version of the watch in its current iteration. So one of the things that Longines did to bring this up in the market was add the ceramic bezel, which really does help modernize the watch and make it look a little more expensive and high-end. This is a 41mm case, around 49 or so millimeters lug to lug, and a 21mm lug width. This is one of the unfortunate specifications on this watch, really, because 21mm straps are a little tough and hard to find. 20 and 22 are the most frequently seen, and in this case I have it on an aftermarket marathon strap. This is actually a 22mm rubber strap, so you could fit a 22 rubber strap, you just squeeze it in, but you could also change the look up with something like a nice textured shiny leather strap, which will kind of dress the watch up a little bit. Trending option right now is to put it on a NATO or fabric strap, so something like this will work really well with this watch. So that is actually one of the things I really like about this watch, is it's quite versatile. And looking at the case, one of the things that they did for this iteration was they went with a more brushed look overall. The earlier version of this watch used to have a polished sides, and I was never a big fan of that. The case profile is really lovely here. It's gently curved on the sides, it sits well on the wrist. The dial has a sort of sunray yet matte look. It's not too shiny, but it has the right amount of pop, and the ceramic bezel really catches and reflects light, like that's typical of a ceramic bezel insert, where I feel the watch has an aesthetic and look that is unique and identifiable. Doesn't look like a sea of black dive watches. Definitely the case size, the case profile, the way it's shaped, the contrasting finish, and the specs overall. It's a very, very well spec'd watch as well. There's very good AR coating on both sides of the crystal. The movement is pretty accurate, and the ceramic bezel insert and the way the dial is done, the overall fit and finish is just very nicely done on the case. If we were to go through a list of cons, my number one issue with this watch actually is not shown in this. It's here. It's the bracelet. This is a bit of a surprise, I know, because the preferred version or the preferred configuration for a dive watch is typically on a bracelet, but unfortunately the bracelet is a bit of a letdown for me in this watch. The first thing that I don't like about it is that the PCLs, the polished center links, are a bit too wide. They kind of give a cheaper look than you would want. And the second thing, which to me was the most apparent, and immediately as soon as I handled it I was disappointed, was the clasp. This clasp has to be one of the cheapest feeling clasps in the luxury watch market in this price point. It just feels kind of scratchy and light, and I don't know what they were thinking when they put this clasp on this watch. It just does not look and feel the part on a watch of otherwise high quality. The links themselves are pretty decent. They have a nice polish on the side, and they feel reasonably well made. but I still feel the tolerances on the bracelet aren't all that great. You can feel some flex and some squeaking noises coming from it if you move it around. It's something that brands like Oris and a slew of micro brands nowadays, they've just come a long way, and they give you bracelets that are just nicer than this overall. The other minor complaint or negative, I would say, is for a dive watch, the lume is very disappointing. It's not quite as bright and sharp as competitors in the space, but that's a minor quibble because otherwise the watch, I think, works for all other occasions and is really quite nice. So that's my quick overview on the Longines Hydroconquest 41. Thank you and see you later.